Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for March 9, 2024, M16 rifle and ammunition seized in St. James. A M16 rifle was seized by members of the St. James Police's operational support team and the military following a targeted raid at a Green Tank, Rose Heights in the parish on Friday. According to the police, the raid, which was carried out between 12:30 p.m. and 2:30 p.m., was launched in search of wanted men, prohibited weapons, and unauthorized ammunition. The police revealed that during the operation, the black and chrome M16 rifle with a serial number not visible and a magazine containing 9 5.56 mm rounds were recovered under a cellar during the search of a premises. Man charged for severing hand of woman in Manchester attack. The police in Manchester on Thursday charged a man for a brutal attack on a woman in St. Paul district which saw one of her hands being severed. Charged with wounding with intent is 45-year-old construction worker Clayton Robinson, otherwise called Dwight Walker, and Maggie Otto of Dapo Drive in Portmore, St. Catherine. The police say Robinson was taken into custody in relation to another matter and was positively pointed out during an identification parade on Thursday, March 7, following which he was charged. The incident happened in St. Paul District, Manchester, on Tuesday, May 22, 2022. Reports from the Mandeville police are that Robinson met a woman via phone and a relationship developed between them. During the relationship, Robinson discovered that the woman was already in another relationship and demanded that the money he had given her be returned to him. When his demands were not met, an argument developed. At about 10:30 that day, Robinson entered the woman's home, inflicted several chop wounds to her body, and severed her left hand. He was taken into custody in relation to another matter and was positively identified during an identification parade on Thursday, March 7, following which he was charged. A court date is being finalized for him. 5 accused sex offenders among a list of 6 wanted men. While the numbers are not staggering, based on the latest Jamaica Constabulary Force Serious Crimes Report, St. Elizabeth has seen the largest increase in sexual offenses this year with 6 cases. This represents a 400% increase over the 2 recorded in the comparative period last year. The situation was amplified earlier this week when it turned out that 5 of the 7 persons listed as wanted by Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto, the police commander for St. Elizabeth, have been implicated in sexual offenses committed in the parish. In a media statement, the commander gave the men until 2 p.m. on Thursday, March 7 to turn themselves into the authorities. Interestingly, it should be noted that, like St. Elizabeth, the parishes of St. James and Westmoreland have also recorded increases over the comparative period last year, while the other 2 western parishes, Hanover and Trelawney, have seen a decline. Westmoreland has seen a 150% increase, moving up from 2 to 5. St. James has seen a 100% increase, with sex offenses up from 4 to 8. Trelawney has seen a decline from 2 to 1, while Hanover, where the police have had a strong sensitization program over recent years to protect the female population from sexual predators, is down from 5 to 3. During my tenure, we had officers going into the schools to talk to students about what to look out for as it relates to handling unwanted sexual advances and how to avoid getting into situations they cannot handle, said Superintendent Sharon B. Putt, who was recently transferred from Hanover to a new assignment in St. James. We would also use the widely publicized community meetings to encourage the women to seek the assistance of the police if they feel they are being harassed by men who are seeking to pressure them into unwanted sexual activities, she added. Efforts were made to get a comment from the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse, but was told that Senior Superintendent Maldred Jones-Williams, who heads the unit, is the only person authorized to speak on behalf of the unit, and she was unavailable. The men who are wanted for sexual offenses by the St. Elizabeth Police are Lincoln Farquharson, who is wanted for rape and grievous sexual assault; Devon Blake, wanted for having sexual intercourse with a person under the age of 16; David Pottinger, wanted for having sexual intercourse with a person under the age of 16; Lloyd White of a Manchester address, who is wanted for rape; and Aldane Bailey, who is wanted for buggery. We are urging these men to turn themselves into the police by 2 p.m. on Thursday, March 7, said the St. Elizabeth police commander. While all incidents of rapes are considered as grievous acts against the victims, an all-time low was hit in Westmoreland in January when a 91-year-old woman who lived alone was raped by a man who had broken into her house. The Westmoreland Municipal Corporation has since begun making plans to relocate her to the parish's infirmary, which is being viewed as a much safer environment than her being home alone. Sections of Rocky Point, Clarendon under curfew. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of Rocky Point, Clarendon. The curfew commenced on Friday at 6 p.m. and will end at 6 p.m. on Sunday, March 10. The police say the imposition stems from an upsurge in violence in the areas of concern, which has resulted in murders and shootings and an escalation of gang-related activities. According to the police, without intervention, it is anticipated that the violence will increase within the local and spread to neighboring communities. The boundaries are north along Shearers Lane from the intersection with Rocky Road to Bunchy Corner at the eastern boundary, east along Bunchy Main Road from the intersection with Shearers Lane to the intersection with Beach Road at the southern boundary, south along Beach Road from the intersection with Bunchy Main Road to the intersection with Rocky Road at the western boundary, west along Rocky Road from the intersection with Beach Road to the intersection with Shearers Lane at the northern boundary. Persons within the approved locale may be required to remain within their premises during the curfew unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Up to March 2, Clarendon saw a 66.7% increase in shootings, having recorded 10 incidents when compared to 4 for the 2023 corresponding period. So far, 11 people have been killed in the parish. St. Elizabeth Portmore businessman booked for illegal gun and ammo. The St. Elizabeth police have charged 55-year-old Kingsley Wright, a businessman of Northampton, Santa Cruz in the parish, and the Quarry Drive, Bridgeport in Portmore, St. Catherine, with the possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The charge relates to an incident that allegedly occurred on the Amos Main Road in Santa Cruz on Friday, March 8. Reports are that about 1 p.m., law enforcers were in the area and saw Wright driving a Honda Civic motorcar along the roadway. He was signaled to stop and he complied. He was searched and a search of the vehicle was also conducted, during which a 9mm pistol was reportedly found in his possession. He was subsequently arrested. Wright was charged after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. He is scheduled to appear in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court on Monday, March 11. Education Ministry to review teacher shortage solution. Education Minister Favour Williams says a review of the teacher availability solution will be done at the end of this academic year to decide whether the program will be expanded. Teacher Availability Solution is a part of the One Academy online learning platform developed to address the teacher shortage across Jamaica. It started last September with a target of some 100 high schools and was designed to connect students and teachers in an immersive learning environment. Minister Williams gave the update when she was quizzed about the progress of the program by Shadow Finance Minister Julian Robinson. Meanwhile, when asked about the de-shifting for secondary schools, the minister said some 31 schools remain on the shift system. She also addressed the concerns about Edith Dalton High School. We have done over the life of this administration 8 going on 9 schools we have taken off the shift system. The kind of constraint with Edith Dalton is the land space. So I am told by the permanent secretary that at the last check, the school was de-shift or has been de-shift, but they still need support in terms of additional space, she explained. Minister Williams was addressing Thursday's session of the Standing Finance Committee.